Welcome to Bare Metal Cyber, and thank you for tuning in to our very first podcast episode of 2025. Today, we're diving into one of the most critical challenges in modern cybersecurity: zero-day vulnerabilities. These elusive flaws represent the constant tug-of-war between attackers and defenders. Unknown to the software vendor and without a patch, zero days create a race against time as attackers exploit them before defenses can catch up. In this episode, we'll explore the lifecycle of zero-day exploits, how they're discovered, developed, and weaponized, and their impact on everything from cybersecurity markets to global espionage campaigns. We'll also discuss the challenges of detecting zero days, share strategies for mitigating their risks, and highlight real-world examples to illustrate the profound influence on the cybersecurity landscape. As we kick off the new year, understanding zero days is more important than ever to build resilient systems and safeguard against hidden threats in 2025 and beyond. Let's get started. Zero-day vulnerabilities. Zero-day vulnerabilities are software flaws that remain unknown to the software vendor, exposing systems to exploitation without a patch or fix. The term zero-day reflects the urgency, as developers have had 0 days to address the issue since its discovery. These vulnerabilities are particularly dangerous because attackers can exploit them before they are identified, often causing widespread disruption. For instance, the Stuxnet worm leveraged zero-day vulnerabilities to sabotage Iranian nuclear facilities, while the Eternal Blue exploit facilitated the devastating WannaCry ransomware attack. Zero days are pivotal in today's cybersecurity landscape because they represent the cutting edge of offensive and defensive strategies, challenging even the most sophisticated security measures. The high stakes of zero-day vulnerabilities stem from their potential to cause significant damage before any mitigation can occur. Organizations remain vulnerable during the critical window between discovery and patch deployment, creating opportunities for attackers to exploit unprepared systems. These vulnerabilities are frequently weaponized by nation-states for cyber warfare, enabling highly targeted and covert operations. Advanced persistent threats, or APTs, often use zero days to infiltrate networks undetected, exfiltrate sensitive data, and maintain a foothold for prolonged campaigns. Defending against zero days is particularly challenging because their unknown nature renders traditional detection methods ineffective, making them a powerful tool for attackers and a persistent headache for defenders. Zero-day vulnerabilities also play a transformative role in cybersecurity by driving innovation and improvement. They push researchers and defenders to develop advanced detection and mitigation techniques, fostering a constant race between attackers and defenders. Vulnerability research has become a critical area of focus, enabling the discovery of potential flaws before attackers can exploit them. Industries such as finance, healthcare, and government are frequent targets due to the high value of their data and operations, making the stakes even higher. The relentless pursuit of zero-day discovery and defense underscores the importance of staying ahead in the ever-evolving cybersecurity landscape, where the cost of falling behind can be catastrophic. Discovery of zero-day vulnerabilities. Discovering zero-day vulnerabilities is a complex and resource-intensive process, often involving specialized techniques such as fuzzing, code review, and reverse engineering. Fuzzing, for instance, involves inputting random data into software to uncover potential flaws. At the same time, code reviews and reverse engineering allow researchers to inspect code or deconstruct software to identify weaknesses manually. Automated tools also play a critical role by scanning applications for patterns or anomalies that could signal vulnerabilities. Collaboration between ethical hackers and organizations is another vital component, as these partnerships facilitate the responsible discovery and disclosure of vulnerabilities. Identifying patterns and past vulnerabilities further aids researchers in narrowing down focus areas, increasing the likelihood of uncovering zero days. Bug bounty programs have become a cornerstone of ethical vulnerability discovery, providing financial incentives for researchers to report flaws responsibly. Companies like Google, Microsoft, and Facebook run well-known programs, offering significant payouts to attract top talent in the cybersecurity field. However, these programs are not without controversy. Debates over the fairness of payout amounts and the ethics of selling vulnerabilities to private entities often arise. Despite this, bug bounties effectively create a structured environment where researchers can work within legal and ethical boundaries. They benefit both sides. Organizations improve their security, and researchers gain recognition and compensation for their work. The motivations behind discovering zero days vary widely among researchers and organizations. For some, the financial reward of bug bounties or the lucrative gray and black markets for vulnerabilities are primary drivers. Others are motivated by fame and recognition within the cybersecurity community, as successfully uncovering zero days can significantly elevate a researcher's reputation. National security interests also play a major role, as governments and intelligence agencies seek zero days for offensive cyber operations. Ethical considerations further complicate this landscape, as researchers must often weigh the potential benefits of disclosure against the risks of weaponizing their findings. Despite the advancements in tools and collaboration, discovering zero days remains fraught with challenges. The process is highly time-intensive, requiring meticulous analysis and patience, often with no guarantee of success. Researchers also face risks of accidental exploitation during their work, which can lead to unintended consequences. Legal concerns are another hurdle, as testing systems without proper authorization can result in legal repercussions, even if done in good faith. Finally, determining whether a discovered flaw is truly exploitable in a real-world scenario adds another layer of complexity, making zero-day discovery as much an art as it is a science. Exploit development and weaponization. Turning vulnerabilities into exploits is a meticulous process that requires deep technical expertise and creativity. It begins with writing proof-of-concept POC code, demonstrating that vulnerabilities can be exploited. This step often involves a detailed understanding of the system internals to effectively identify how to manipulate the target environment. Once the POC is successful, attackers refine their approach by developing reliable delivery mechanisms such as phishing emails, malicious websites, or infected software updates. To maximize impact, they often employ techniques to bypass security defenses like address space layout randomization, or ASLR, and data execution prevention, or DEP, designed to thwart exploit execution. This combination of skills and tools transforms vulnerabilities into powerful weapons. The life cycle of a zero-day exploit follows a predictable but dangerous path. After discovery, the exploit is initially used in stealthy targeted attacks, often against high-value individuals or organizations. This period of covert deployment maximizes the impact while minimizing the risk of detection. Over time, as awareness of the exploit grows, attackers may shift to broader use, transitioning from targeted campaigns to mass exploitation. Eventually, as vendors release patches or mitigation strategies, the exploit becomes obsolete, though unpatched systems may remain vulnerable. This lifecycle highlights the urgency of swiftly identifying and addressing zero-day vulnerabilities to minimize their reach. Several notable zero-day exploits have demonstrated the devastating potential of these vulnerabilities. Stuxnet, again, for example, leveraged multiple zero days to disrupt Iranian nuclear facilities, marking a milestone in cyber warfare. Similarly, Eternal Blue again was weaponized in the WannaCry ransomware outbreak, affecting hundreds of thousands of systems globally and causing billions in damages. The Pegasus spyware, targeting mobile devices, exploited zero days to surveil journalists, activists, and government officials. Recent examples such as vulnerabilities in widely used software like Log4j underscore the ongoing threat posed by zero days and their capacity to disrupt industries and individuals alike. The weaponization of zero-day exploits has become a cornerstone of modern cybercrime. Exploit kits, which bundle multiple vulnerabilities into an easy-to-use framework, have made zero days accessible to less sophisticated attackers. These exploits are frequently used in ransomware campaigns, botnet operations, and data theft, magnifying their impact on victims. APT groups also rely on zero days to infiltrate networks and maintain long-term access, amplifying the scale and scope of their operations. Emerging trends, such as using AI to enhance exploit development or targeting cloud environments, indicate that weaponization techniques will continue to evolve, making zero-day defense a moving target for cybersecurity professionals. Zero-day exploit marketplaces. The market for zero-day exploits exists in legal and illegal domains, each with distinct characteristics. White markets operate legitimately, often through bug bounty programs or vulnerability brokers who mediate between researchers and organizations. Gray markets straddle the ethical line, involving transactions where governments or private entities purchase vulnerabilities for espionage or cyber operations. And on the other hand, black markets thrive on the dark web, where cybercriminals trade zero days for illicit purposes, such as launching ransomware attacks or data breaches. The existence of legal marketplaces raises ethical questions about monetizing vulnerabilities. At the same time, regulatory challenges complicate efforts to balance security needs with ethical concerns, especially in the opaque gray and black markets. The actors in zero-day marketplaces are diverse, each with unique motivations. Governments are among the most prominent buyers, leveraging zero days for espionage, cyber warfare, and surveillance operations. Criminal groups also play a major role, purchasing zero days to carry out attacks that generate significant financial returns. Private companies sometimes acquire vulnerabilities to enhance security testing or develop more resilient products. Middlemen, or brokers, act as intermediaries, facilitating transactions between sellers and buyers, often taking a significant commission. These various players contribute to a dynamic and sometimes shadowy ecosystem that continues to evolve with the cybersecurity landscape. Several factors influence the value of a zero-day exploit, including the targeted system's popularity, the exploit's reliability, and its potential impact. As awareness of zero-day threats grows, markets adapt by adopting auction-style sales or limiting access to select buyers, ensuring exclusivity and higher prices. Zero-day auctions, where vulnerabilities are sold to the highest bidder, have become a notable trend, particularly in the gray market. Once a vulnerability is disclosed and patched, its value drops significantly, underscoring the time-sensitive nature of these transactions. This fluid market dynamic highlights the tension between profit motives and the need for responsible disclosure to protect broader cybersecurity. The trade in zero days is fraught with controversies and ethical dilemmas. One of the most debated topics is the sale of vulnerabilities to governments, which can be used for offensive operations or surveillance. This raises the risk of exploits falling into the wrong hands, as even nation-states may fail to secure the tools they acquire. Researchers and organizations also grapple with the ethical implications of withholding disclosure to monetize vulnerabilities, potentially putting millions at risk. International discussions on regulating the zero-day market continue, but reaching a global consensus remains challenging due to the differing priorities, ethical standards, and the strategic value of these tools. Detection and response. Detecting zero-day vulnerabilities is a formidable challenge due to their lack of known signatures, which traditional detection systems rely on. Well-designed exploits often operate stealthily, masking their activity within normal system operations and evading conventional defenses. This tactic makes distinguishing zero-day activity from legitimate behavior difficult, particularly in complex networks. Human error further exacerbates detection gaps, as overworked analysts or misconfigurations can lead to missed indicators. These challenges highlight the need for more advanced and proactive detection methods to address the unique nature of zero-day threats. Organizations are increasingly adopting innovative techniques for detecting zero-day exploits to counter the challenges. Behavior-based anomaly detection monitors system activities for deviations from established baselines, offering a way to identify suspicious behavior even without prior knowledge of the vulnerability. Machine learning and AI tools enhance this process by analyzing vast amounts of data and identifying patterns that may indicate an attack. Network traffic analysis, another critical approach, focuses on spotting unusual communication patterns or data flows that could signal an exploit. Threat intelligence sharing within the cybersecurity community also plays a vital role, enabling organizations to pool knowledge and quickly respond to emerging threats. Effective incident response plans are essential for mitigating the impact of zero-day exploits once detected. Rapid containment and analysis are critical to prevent further damage, requiring a coordinated effort from cybersecurity teams. Updating systems and logs immediately helps close gaps and identify the exploit's entry points. Collaboration with vendors is often necessary to develop and deploy patches, as most zero days target software flaws. Transparent communication with stakeholders, including employees, customers, and regulators, ensures trust and minimizes reputational damage during a zero-day incident. An organized response can differentiate between a controlled situation and a widespread breach. Patching and mitigation. The patching process is critical in mitigating zero-day vulnerabilities, requiring vendors to act swiftly and efficiently. The process begins with identifying the root cause of the vulnerability and developing a fix, often under immense time pressure. Thorough testing ensures the patch is compatible with various systems and does not introduce new issues. Once validated, vendors face the logistical challenges of distributing patches to end users, which can be hampered by infrastructure limitations or resistance from users hesitant to update. Timing is another key consideration. Releasing a patch too early, before proper testing, can create additional risks, while delays can expose systems to exploitation. Organizations often face serious challenges when deploying patches, balancing the need for security with operational continuity. Implementing updates may require system downtime, which can disrupt business-critical functions and lead to resistance from stakeholders. Unpatched systems remain prime targets for attackers, particularly in industries like healthcare and finance, where uptime is crucial. Prioritizing critical patches based on the severity of vulnerabilities and the potential impact is essential to managing these risks effectively. Clear communication strategies are also vital, ensuring that employees and users understand the importance of patching and the steps required to apply updates promptly. Delays in patching can have severe consequences, as illustrated by high-profile incidents where organizations failed to act quickly. The Equifax breach, for instance, resulted from a delay in patching a known vulnerability, leading to the exposure of sensitive information for millions of users. The window between vulnerability discovery and patch deployment is perilous, offering attackers ample opportunity to exploit unpatched systems. Beyond the immediate impact of a breach, delayed patching can erode customer trust and damage an organization's reputation. Financial and legal repercussions, including fines, lawsuits, and loss of business, further underscore the critical importance of timely patch management. When immediate patching is impossible, alternative mitigation strategies can help reduce risks. Network segmentation and robust monitoring can limit the spread of an exploit's potential damage. Virtual patching, achieved through the web application firewalls and intrusion detection prevention systems, provides temporary protection by blocking exploit attempts at the network level. Adopting a defense-in-depth strategy, which layers multiple security measures, creates redundancies that make successful exploitation more difficult. Proactive vulnerability assessments also play a critical role in identifying risks before attackers can exploit them, enabling organizations to address weaknesses without a formal patch. Preparing for the future. Reducing organizational risk in the face of zero-day threats requires a proactive and layered approach. Regular penetration testing and red teaming exercises help identify vulnerabilities before attackers can exploit them, simulating real-world threats to strengthen defenses. Secure software development practices, such as incorporating code reviews and automated vulnerability scanning into the development lifecycle, reduce the likelihood of introducing exploitable flaws. Investing in cybersecurity awareness training equips employees with the knowledge to recognize potential threats, reducing the risk of human error. Strong incident response teams are essential, ensuring rapid and coordinated action to contain and mitigate attacks, minimizing their impact on the organization. Emerging technologies offer powerful tools for combating zero-day vulnerabilities and advancing cybersecurity. Artificial intelligence and machine learning are increasingly being leveraged to detect vulnerabilities proactively by analyzing large datasets for anomalies and patterns that might indicate potential exploits. Predictive analytics further enhance this capability, identifying trends and emerging threats before they materialize. Automation tools streamline security updates, reducing the time frame and effort required to apply patches and ensuring critical systems remain protected. The integration of zero-trust architectures adds an additional layer of defense by limiting access to sensitive resources, ensuring that its impact is contained even if an exploit is successful. Policy and regulation trends shape how organizations and governments address the zero-day landscape. Calls for global cooperation on zero-day regulation emphasize the need for consistent standards and information sharing to combat these threats more effectively. Transparency requirements for vulnerability disclosure are increasing, pushing organizations to act responsibly and communicate openly about potential risks. Government frameworks like those from the U.S. Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, or CISA, provides guidance and resources to mitigate zero-day risks across industries. However, ethical debates persist, particularly regarding exploits for offensive cyber operations and controlling vulnerabilities in the hands of nation-states. Future threats and challenges in zero-day vulnerabilities will continue to evolve, targeting new areas of technology and creating novel risks. The growing adoption of Internet of Things, IoT devices, and cloud environments presents a vast and often poorly secured attack surface for zero days. Quantum computing, though still in its infancy, poses a significant potential impact, as it may render traditional cryptographic defenses obsolete. Meanwhile, cybercriminals and nation-states are refining their tactics, utilizing AI and advanced supply chain attacks to enhance the effectiveness of their campaigns. Preparing for the next era of zero-day exploitation requires continued innovation, collaboration, and vigilance to stay ahead of emerging threats. In conclusion, zero-day vulnerabilities will pose significant threats as technology evolves and attackers refine their tactics. Their potential to cause widespread disruption and damage underscores the need for organizations to adopt proactive and layered defense strategies. While advancements in technology such as AI and predictive analytics offer hope for more effective detection and mitigation, the ever-changing landscape of cyber threats demands constant vigilance and adaptability. As we look to the future, Global collaboration, ethical decision-making, and a commitment to fostering innovation will be key to staying ahead of zero-day exploits. We can build stronger systems and a more secure digital ecosystem by understanding their lifecycle, challenges, and implications. Recommendations: invest in proactive detection methods. Shift from relying solely on traditional signature-based defenses to incorporating behavior-based anomaly detection and AI-powered tools. Begin by evaluating your current cybersecurity infrastructure and identifying real-time monitoring and predictive analytics gaps. Implement solutions that detect unusual patterns and anomalies to identify potential zero-day exploits before they cause significant harm. Enhance patch management processes. Develop a streamlined and prioritized patching process to address vulnerabilities promptly and minimize exposure to zero-day exploits. Focus on testing patches for compatibility and ensuring rapid distribution to all endpoints. Establish clear communication strategies to educate stakeholders on the importance of timely updates and reduce resistance to patch implementation. Conduct regular security exercises. Schedule regular penetration tests and red team exercises to uncover vulnerabilities within your systems before attackers can exploit them. Use the insights gained from these exercises to strengthen your defenses and refine incident response plans. Collaborate with ethical hackers through bug bounty programs to expand your efforts in discovering and mitigating potential zero days. Adopt a layered defense approach. Implement defense in-depth strategies by combining tools like network segmentation, intrusion detection and prevention systems, and zero-trust architectures. Start by segmenting critical systems and data to limit the impact of potential breaches. Incorporate virtual patching techniques to protect vulnerabilities that cannot be immediately patched temporarily. Stay informed and collaborate. Keep up to date with the latest trends in zero-day vulnerabilities and emerging cyber threats by participating in threat intelligence sharing platforms. Leverage these insights to anticipate potential risks and prepare your organization accordingly. Foster collaboration across the cybersecurity community, including vendors, researchers, and industry groups, to strengthen collective defenses against zero-day exploits. Thanks for tuning in to this first episode of Bare Metal Cyber. If you enjoyed the podcast, please subscribe and share it. You can also follow me on LinkedIn for more cybersecurity insights and updates at jason-edwards.me. Be sure to join the tens of thousands already subscribed to my newsletters, where I share exclusive content on cybersecurity, leadership, and education. You can sign up at baremetalcyber.com, where you'll also find my latest articles and resources. And don't forget to check out my authors page at cyberauthor.me, where you can explore my books on cybersecurity and more. Your support helps me keep this community growing, and I truly appreciate every listen, follow, and share. Until next time, stay safe and remember, knowledge is power.